Last week we watched Tim, our design director, on his hunt for the Ashen Priest, a necromancer responsible for the slaughter of his order, the Burning Dawn. Tim's close to locating the Ashen Priest. However, instead of finishing this quest in single player, we're going to create a dungeon crawl and have Ross Gardner, our technical director, join Tim as dungeon master. Ross is now customizing the dungeon crawl, selecting difficulty and size, along with specific tile and monster sets. He has decided to locate the Ashen Priest in a Durgar stronghold, deep within the Underdark. Typically, Drow and Durgar do not work together, but Ross has them working in an alliance to serve the Ashen Priest. Ross is actually the DM of our weekly tabletop D&D campaign, and while he's a fair DM, he does like to provide a challenge for his players.
Stay close. We don't know what to expect down here.
Monsters, traps, treasure, that sort of thing?
Well, yes, that.
You are now looking through the eyes of the Dungeon Master. The Dungeon Master's pointer is represented by a magical wisp on the player's screen, so players always know when the DM is near. The Dungeon Master's primary resource is DM Threat, which is generated by interacting with the players and providing them with a challenge. DMs can spend Threat to customize the experience for players, using it to change encounters, place traps, spawn monsters, and lock doors, all in real time. While Tim continues to explore the dungeon, Ross quickly moves from room to room to see what he's got to work with. Tim still has the Fog of War on his screen, and while Ross can see the entire dungeon, Tim cannot. Ross has noticed a great room to set up an ambush. However, he needs to buy some time. So he's going to spend some Threat to lock this door and place a few traps to keep Tim busy. Throughout the adventure, the DM will find loot drops. DM loot keeps things fun for the DM and unpredictable for the players. It looks like Ross has found some loot that will allow him to summon a zombie horde. Tim's rogue is the only character proficient in lockpicking, so he needs to be the one to get this door open. While Tim deals with these traps, Ross is going to set up his ambush.
You see that trap?
First off, Ross spends some Threat and changes the encounter to ambush.
Got it.
The red circle represents the ambush trigger. These spiders will spawn when Tim enters that trigger. Ross relocates the spiders to create his ideal ambush, and then spawns some drow to use for bait. Ross has also found a treasure hoard, and he knows how much Tim loves his rogue, so he hides the door, forcing him to hunt for it. It looks like Tim's fallen for the bait. Caught in Ross's ambush, Tim is now forced to fight on two fronts. Ross can also spend some additional Threat to summon and even promote more monsters to make his ambush complete.
I'm seriously hurt, you guys.
Much to Ross's disappointment, Tim's rogue had a high enough passive perception to find the secret door. Tim decides to take a breather. He's going to loot these chests and outfit his party. If Tim takes too long, Ross can get him moving by spawning a wandering monster or using his DM loot to drop that zombie horde on Tim's rogue. Taking the hint, Tim gets moving.
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? All the time, lad. All the time.
Huh. I guess you just get used to it.
It's in this room where Tim finally meets the Ashen Priest.
Now prepare to burn.
The Ashen Priest and his minions are a tough fight, especially when Ross takes direct control of the Ashen Priest. Ross now has direct access to the Ashen Priest's spells, including Flame Door, which allows him to teleport around the room.
Can anyone heal me?
We saw Ross summon and promote creatures earlier, but he can actually do the opposite. He can demote creatures, even remove them to better balance the fight.
I'm seriously hurt, you guys. Can anyone heal me?
With the Ashen Priest dead, Tim finally has his revenge.
After all that, I could use a drink. Drinks at the tavern? First round's on me.
We focused a lot on showing you how gameplay works with DM, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot more to show in the coming months, including campaign creation. Sword Coast Legends, an RPG that enables players to experience the magic of playing D&D together. We hope you enjoyed this two-part look into Sword Coast Legends. Thank you for watching.